1 of 25.
Up here now.
Get all these careful.
I will just hide things so you can get on the drop zone if you want.
Got it. I got it.
That's fucking crazy.
Here comes the nuke. I didn't get like my first 12 kills because I forgot that I wasn't recording the first half.
Bro, are you serious right now? It was you.
What?
It was FaZe.
No, it spawned me back.
It was you, dude. Someone got it. Bro, I've never been in a game with a tactical nuke. Oh my god.
There we go. I got my new high kill streak and died instantly as soon as I got it. I literally ran into a group of them so I could get it. I needed one. I was like, dude, I'm tired of waiting. Yeah, so you may have noticed that little streak right there at the beginning of the video. You probably realized it started at like the 12th or 13th kill or some shit like that. That's because literally halfway through that, I realized that I wasn't recording. Right before, like as I joined that game, I was saying in the beginning half of that round, that whole game, as I was starting up that streak, that I was just gonna go and drop a nuke right here. That was the first game I actually tried for. I think before when I went for nukes, like I have a video where it was like I spent a day going for a nuke and lost weight trying. Obviously more of a joke and exaggeration, but you know what I mean, just stupid shit. I think I just had like the wrong mindset for how I should be going for a nuke. I always felt like it was super dependent on that advanced UAV and shit, and it sort of is still. I don't know, I'm just thinking of it in a different way. Everything just feels like mindset half the time. There's no way this guy is a real person. This is just not real. It's not. I just can't fucking believe that. Yeah, I was recording halfway through that entire streak, so that's why you didn't even get to see the first half of it all. I had that there, and dude, in yesterday's video, there was like a couple arguments I was having with some people in the lobbies or whatever, and there was a dude that was like saying like, oh, dude, I'm better than you, all this other shit, and I literally had a nuke in my pocket. The game didn't give me a nuke for whatever reason, unless for whatever reason it didn't overwrite my Wilson that I had sitting in my inventory. I noticed it looking back at the gameplay. I have a 31 kill streak with the gun, therefore I should be getting the nuke just like I did in drop zone for that nuke right there. So I don't really know what happened. Now I'm using this shotgun because I realize I'm actually a fucking fraud. I'll have to explain that in a different video, but yeah, that's a whole different conversation. I literally forgot that this gun right here, VLK Rogue, even existed. I had no fucking idea. It's crazy too, because I looked at videos and I've seen videos in my sub box of this gun, but in my mind, it wasn't fucking real or something. There's some rumors floating around about Call of Duty, the next one, Black Ops 5, or it's gonna be like a reboot or whatever. I'm glad that people understood the humor, because the top comments on that video from yesterday, the one about the axe or whatever that they added to the game, I'm happy that people understood a lot of my humor. It's slight sarcasm, some stupidness, not very much seriousness, but at least have the energy to sound like I care. I don't feel like trying. I started being able to get on the flag and shit with all the smokes, but it's just not. Ugh. Half of our teammates are still just sitting in our spawn buildings and shit, just waiting for them to cap our third flag. I guess I don't fucking get it. My fucking camera just freeze and die here? What the fuck just happened? I just heard it disconnect. Anyway, all sorts of signs for me to just stop playing, honestly. Oh, you slid in. Oh, you think this is your lobby. This is gonna be really, really unfortunate. All right, you wanna jump? All right, bet. You know what? We can play like that. We going MP5? Kid? Nah! No! I joined into a 3v6 or some shit like that, and then we came within 2 points of being able to win that game. If that shit went up to 100, we were beating you guys by 10 easily. Like, this is the kind of shit that just makes me tired every single day. It's shit like that where I'm trying to do some stupid shit, like use a flame shotgun thing. I'd have a little bit of fun with it. Obviously, it's obnoxious and annoying as fucking people hate it or whatever, but like, it's not optimal by no means. You're not gonna find pro players running this kind of dumb shit. It's shit like this, that they hold all 3 flags. My teammates have absolutely no backbone, and I'm trying to use a fucking shotgun. Like, what's the point, man? My fucking controller's like half disconnecting. I'm good, man. I don't give a fuck. Go ahead and watch over your flags all you want. All it's gonna do is punish you further, so go ahead if you want to win, I guess. If I could just annoy the shit out of them and just keep smoking our 1 flag here, and they could just keep running into me, that'll be fine. Apparently, the next Call of Duty isn't even gonna be a Black Ops game. It's gonna be like Vietnam or some shit. That's been a rumor for a really long time. Call of Duty Vietnam has been a thing in my mind since it's been years, definitely before this. The biggest things I worry about is, okay, so I think this year, I remember during Black Ops 4, where they had this whole issue where they weren't producing a lot of the content for the game because they had to have a lot of their attention pulled over to the new game, Black Ops. So we heard about these rumors and shit that was happening with the studios and stuff, and apparently like Sledgehammer and Raven were working on it, and then something happened. I'm not gonna speculate on what was actually happening or not, but eventually, for whatever reason, Treyarch ended up being the ones that are gonna be making this next game, when usually it's not their turn yet. So now they got brought in on like short notice with all this crazy shit happening. I have no idea if, you know, any of this stuff that's going on with the diseases and shit like that are gonna stop them or whatever. I have no idea. I imagine it has to be affecting them somehow, like every... I have a kill chain. Shipment is stupid. I just spawned into that. I want to see how I died. I want to see how interactive this one was. Did I have a chance? Not even close! That was like some random ass spray pattern luck bullshit that you would see on Valorant. So the biggest thing that you would notice the difference in between like a Treyarch game to an Infinity Ward game, at least as far as we knew, is that for me, I enjoy Treyarch games more than Infinity Ward games, but Infinity Ward games, as far as like stylistically, the way that they look, their colors, the way that the weapons act, and the way that they feel and everything, I've always loved the way that Infinity Ward just made your guns feel. Everything just felt a little bit more stylish, whereas with Treyarch games, nothing really felt that stylish. Everything just kind of felt like it was a bit more stiff, a bit more static, wasn't as much flowiness to it. It was a bit more linear. The game just kind of felt a bit more stiff. I worry that the next Call of Duty that's coming out, because now that we have this new quote engine or heavily updated engine that we have, or whatever the fuck it is, I have no idea. Whatever it is, it feels much better than any other Call of Duty we've ever got. This engine for how your character feels, how things move around, and all sorts of shit, I love how the game feels in general. This is some of the best gunplay we've ever had. Obviously, it's not without its issues. It's got its issues for sure. Not everybody's gonna feel that way, but like, it just, Silencer before never felt like a must-have. It always felt like some sort of trade-off for doing so, and it was always that way for a really long time. So I just worry that going into this, you know, Call of Duty 5, Black Ops 5, Call of Duty Vietnam, whatever it's gonna be called, I have no idea. I'm wondering how that game's gonna feel. Because if it feels like Black Ops 4, man, I don't know if people are going to realize how different that feels from this, especially if you're somebody that has been playing this the entire year. Even if you're just like a Warzone player, not an actual like, you know, multiplayer player or regular, you know, player of COD. It feels kind of like the SPAS, where it actually has more range when you hip fire with it as opposed to ADSing. Something is weird with it. I miss little quirks like that in weapons where like little things like that do so much more. Like the SPAS 12, for example, from MW2. Everybody knows the range on that thing, but everybody really knows that hip firing it with steady aim gave it the most range, period. I just worry that we're gonna end up going from this beautifully smooth experience as far as the gunplay goes. You can do whatever it is, but like the way that the guns work on this is the best part of this. Indigestion! The best part about this game is the gunplay, okay? And it's gonna feel really... it's gonna feel really jarring because this is a step in a direction that we never really felt before. Now, obviously, we didn't feel the jetpacks before until they happened, right? That was different in the sense of, like, its movement overall, but the gunplay still generally felt similar. This all feels like it's been updated, revamped, and everything. And from what I know, I think they're supposed to be using the same engine. But weren't they using all the same engines on all of the previous games before? And those games between a Treyarch game versus an Infinity Ward games are still, you know, distinguishable? Like, if you put me into a map or something, but just have me be able to run around, jump, turn fast on high sensitivities, and fire from the hip slash see how the recoil is, and I could likely tell you what game that is. I'm wondering if I'm going to be able to feel that in this one, because it would be amazing to me in my head with Treyarch on top of the way that this shit feels. It's just... this is the best Call of Duty we've had in years. It genuinely, truly is. Me, in my mind, in my opinion, this is one of the best Call of Duties in like the past 4 years, 5 years. It's been a long time. This game is very, very solid, and it's like the way shit is on YouTube and the people that I'm seeing that are also creating content on this game, I'm seeing them grow and all sorts of shit. It's just, it's reaching areas that it wasn't able to reach before, or it did at one point, but just kind of didn't hold the attention. And Warzone definitely pushed this game into even further places. It's honestly, it's great. And I do really worry about what they're gonna do to the snipers. Usually Infinity Ward would be really nice to the snipers, but so it's a little bit of a struggle on this game. As far as multiplayer sniping goes anyway. Warzone, fucking HDR, who cares?